there's a possibility that this could be politically motivated.
Well, one theory doing the rounds, and I discussed this with the Prime Minister yesterday, is that it was a burglary that went wrong. But the car went onto the drive at approximately 12:25, 12:30 on Wednesday. She'd done one interview in the morning, funny enough, talking about Clacton and the fact she was going to come and support me. And she was due to do another one at 1 o'clock. So if you were a burglar, would you literally drive your car onto someone's drive? You wouldn't. From what I can see of it, from what I can make out, this was premeditated murder. Whether it was politically motivated, whether it was somebody with a grudge, I don't think it pays at this moment in time to speculate. But what I do think we can say, and how extraordinary, of course, that David Amos was such a very, very close friend of Anne's, and Anne, indeed, godmother to David Amos's daughter. I think what it does say is that the people now in public life, especially politics, the world is very much more dangerous than it's ever been. Whatever the outcome of the motives of the killer, and let's just hope and pray that this is not a Jill Dando type case where they don't find the person. I believe with modern technology they will, and let's hope that resolution comes very, very quickly. Thank you.
Farage has a habit of disappearing whenever he's facing public scrutiny, such as the fraud and other criminal activities that he's been indulging in. And then he suddenly disappears, then only to resurface again when it suits his purpose, such as in the, I think it was Henry Nowak's case. He vanished. And then suddenly he thought to himself, here's an opportunity where I can twist things towards my own endeavor. Even though the family says, his death, unfortunate death, was not politically motivated. He was not motivated by racism. Okay? But still, Farage says respond with cold, hard rage.
But I suggest the rest of us respond to this with pure, cold rage.
Going against the wishes of the family. He pretends he cares about people. He cares about these victims. But of course, there's always some sacrifice being made by these people in his favor. Now he's speculating regarding Ann Widdecombe's death. In fact, they said, that the photographer says, that the journalist says that Nigel Farage waited until they turned up. And then suddenly, light, camera, action. He starts to pretend, oh, I'm weeping. Oh, I feel sorry for Ann Widdecombe. But obviously the twist is, she got murdered because she was going to support me. It's called mirror imaging. He's trying to associate himself with Ann Widdecombe. The nation at the moment is shocked, at her death. Her death was horrible. It was a horrible demise. So obviously the nation is shocked. So he's thinking to himself, if I can associate myself with Ann Widdecombe, maybe my polls will go up again.
Infamy! Infamy! They've all got it in for me. I hereby resign as an MP and will call for a by-election in Clatcham.
This is a man who, throughout his whole career, his whole life, I read his book. I'll post you a picture. I don't make things up. I read things. If I want to understand a person's psychology, I will go out there and I will buy a book. I don't look on the internet. I don't look at Google. I look at credible sources. Okay? And Nigel Farage, his whole life, has been broiled in self-worshipping, self-indulgent, fraudulent activities, money laundering, according to Tommy Robinson. Money laundering, associating himself with fraudsters. He never cares about anyone but himself. That he used Anne Widdecombe's, unfortunate demise for his own ends. Making sure the cameras were there, the journalist had the right lighting on him, and then suddenly, oh, I don't want to speculate, but he did. He did. And like Henry Nowak, he made sure he was the center of it. Oh, she got murdered because she was going to support me. Because he knows his support is flagging in the polls. This guy's got no shame. No shame. Neither are his supporters. Neither have his supporters have any shame. Marga said they don't care if Donald Trump are playing with kids. They don't care. Just deport the foreigners. These people are sick and they're selfish. They don't care if you're a child abuser. Just deport the foreigners. I'm not surprised because half of them are convicted of wife battering, child molesting. So of course I'm not going to care anyway, although I'm sidetracking. But Nigel Farage, the guy is shameless. He really is. There's not one crisis he's never used for his own agenda. He really is a nasty piece of work.
If you don't think, they will think for you. If you don't cry for peace, they will come for you. They'll love you today, they'll love you confused. If you don't cry for justice, they will come for you. Can you cry that you can't see the pain? Don't question why they've got your mind in a maze.